Hi, my name is Craig Schulze. I've always enjoyed flying ever since I was, I think, about a 5-year-old when I got my first airplane ride. And ever since then, that is all I've been thinking about is flying airplanes. I've been building model airplanes, flying model airplanes, and then got my license when I was about 30. Did a lot of flying as a teenager with a friend of mine, but it wasn't until I was about 30 got my license, bought my first airplane, started putting a lot of time in airplanes, and then came upon an opportunity to build an airplane. I thought, you know, if I can build model airplanes, I could sure build a real airplane. So I built this one in 20 months, took it to Oshkosh, got grand champion, and here we are. A lot of flying that I've done with Tori and Dave and Dave Riggs, we've done a lot of this. Everything we're doing out there, we've done this a lot. We'll go up and down the coastline and just tail chase each other and rat race around, and that's a lot of fun. You know, just down on the deck and zigzag and following the coastline. We do a lot of that, so we'll catch a lot of wake turbulence and things like that. There is a little bit of a fear factor in there, but it just is enough fear to keep you so that you have some respect. You got to have respect. If you don't have a little bit of fear, then you're not going to have respect for what could happen, and you got to take it serious. So you got to have just enough fear for that. When I'm going through the course, I'm trying to draw a visual line that's trying to keep track of where the wake turbulence of the pilot in front of me is going to be. Take into account maybe a crosswind situation, so if it's blowing to the left, maybe I want to cut to the inside. So those are the things I'm looking for, keeping an eye out for the pylons, trying to round out the corners nicely. Then you dip down a little bit. Then as I'm pulling around the pylons, I'm pulling up just a little bit so the lift vector is in a safe area rather than down to the ground. So those are the things I'm thinking about when I'm going around the course. Well, there is adrenaline. My hands are sweating. In fact, the first day, I had to turn on my air conditioner a little bit because my hands were getting a little sweaty. So that's the adrenaline doing that. So the adrenaline's good. It keeps you alert, keeps you sharp. You know, it's all about, you know, keeping it serious because what you're doing down there, things can happen real fast. You got to be quick, and you got to know what you're going to do. You know, when you do get into a wake turbulence or a little bump or a burble or something, you got to be quick on it, not overreact it. So that adrenaline's part of that, and keeping you sharp and keeping you quick. Wake turbulence. It'll get your attention because what it will do is just abruptly rock the wings one way or the other, sometimes just one way and then maybe back the other way. It can throw you down. You can lose 20 foot of altitude instantly, but the thing is, you absolutely do not have absolute control of the airplane. You're in a little mini tornado that's created by the wingtip vortices, and you just hope that you've crossed it at a glancing blow enough so your duration in it isn't going to be for very long. Well, this is pretty dangerous because flying like this is pretty dangerous because we're putting a lot of airplanes in a very limited amount of airspace. Running around pylons in close trail like this is very dangerous because we're in wake turbulence or potential wake turbulence for a lot of these turns. We've got to be very aware of where the pilot in front of us has gone through the course, and either we want to bring it a little higher, a little lower, but hopefully a little bit higher. So that way if we did actually get a little burble or a little wake turbulence, that we've got some altitude to correct out of it. I really think I'm going to win. I think this is, it's going to be a challenge.